Excellent.
Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noel Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit. Joining me every week is my brother Pedro.
Good
Hola.
morning, everybody. Pedro Ross here, Creative Tech at Adafruit. Every week, we're here to share the 3D printed project featuring today CircuitPython.
That's right. Today is CircuitPython Day. Hello, everybody. And we have a very special day for everybody. We have a schedule, which I will share right now. So we have a really nice block of content that's focused around CircuitPython Day. So starting off with us at 11 a.m. right now, 12 p.m. we have CircuitPython Core Dev Chat with Dan and Scott. At 1 p.m. we have Powering Up Your CircuitPython Project with Adafruit IO with Brent and Lauren on the Adafruit IO team. At 1:30 p.m. we have Spacesuits powered by CircuitPython with Sophie Wong, community member. And then at 2 p.m. we have a lovely a live stream with John Gallagher, Professor John Gallagher, teaching with CircuitPython. Super fun one. And then at 4 p.m. we have a Bootloader podcast live CircuitPython Day edition with Paul and Todd Bott. And then at 6:30 we're going to close it out with a game jam with Tim, Foamy Guy. So that's the full schedule. Go to the Adafruit blog to find out the whole schedule. And we're kind of doing our normal show, but we have a little bit of extra stuff going on. Let's go to, we're going to kick it off here with adafruit.com/free. And then at the end of this, we'll share a lovely 15% off discount code for everybody watching live. All right, so if your order is $99 or more, you're going to get a free PCB coaster with an Adafruit logo. If your order is $149 or more, you get that PCB coaster plus an Adafruit KB2040. At the top tier at $199, you'll get the KB2040, the PCB coaster, and free UPS ground shipping for continental US only. All right, everybody. And then while you're at checkout, use our coupon code SNAKEBITE to get 15% off your order. This will be available for pretty much the whole day. So if you want to order anything from the Adafruit shop, please use our coupon code. Special coupon code for CircuitPython Day. All right. We are hanging out in the Adafruit Discord server. If you'd like to join us, we have a link for everybody at the top of the banner here. Discord.gg/Adafruit is the URL if you aren't a part of the group. And yeah, we're hanging out there. So everybody's hanging up. We have Brent, we have Blitz City DIY, Some Nice, Paul Cutler, and Squid.jpg. Hello, everybody. We're also streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and X. So if anyone wants to drop in a comment or question, you can post it on any of the social places. I'll give shout outs to folks that are on the YouTube, starting off with Doug, Nate, Brent, hello, Tyeth, hey, and hey, John Gallagher, Professor John Gallagher, hello, thank you for joining us.
Good snaky morning.
Good snaky morning. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. This is indeed live. So yeah, so I have a project that's a CircuitPython project, and it ended up that it worked out really well to release it today because I raced to the finish line to get it done. So let's take a look here. I've been showing it off for the past, what, 2, 3, 4 weeks or so. Yeah, so this is a reimagined USB Keyset as a MIDI controller. It's got the KB2040 dev board using CircuitPython code. And we have a rotary encoder, we have an OLED display, we have 3 potentiometers and CHOC Key Switches for these 3D printed keys. So I think I can do a demo. So this is outputting MIDI notes. And the idea here is that you have a custom user interface that you can use the rotary encoder to select different components, and you can change different parameters. So in this case, I'm editing the first potentiometer, so I can change the MIDI CC number, the range, and even the MIDI channel. And you can also change, of course, the notes by going into one of the keys at the bottom there and changing the different notes. So we just released a video earlier today at midnight, and it kind of talks about what you can do and some of the things. So it's been really fun putting this project together and documenting it. So I'll just do some quick MIDI jamming notes. Wacky. So the 3 potentiometers can be assigned in your music software to do whatever you like. In this case, I have it changing, I think, an envelope, an attack, and a delay effect. And you can see here as I rotate the potentiometer, the values on the interface is changing, letting you know what value you have going on there. Also, what I really like here is the MIDI notes are displayed on the keys. So you can see here we have, C sharp, E, F, G, and you can go in here and kind of change the note. So if I do a long press, I'm in edit mode, so I can change that. There you go. And if you want to save it, you can do another long press and it'll go back to that selection thing. And then you can change the velocity to another long press and then change it to the top there. If you want to exit the menu, just do a short press anywhere in that edit menu and you're back. So this was a lot of fun. I actually came up with the user interface and also did a little bit of the actual CircuitPython code. So this was a really good project because it was kind of like my own idea, and like I wanted to learn how to use display I/O and specifically text labels and rectangles to create the various elements in the interface. So these 3 shapes, although they could be created using vector I/O, which is a library for creating shapes in CircuitPython. It's just a bitmap because it was kind of easier to just kind of have a bitmap and then create these highlighted elements using the display I/O rectangle. And this is of course, a collaboration with Liz Clark. She was able to kind of create all the logic for me because I was just kind of learning how to do all the labels and of course the highlight graphic stuff. So in a previous career, me and Pedro were web designers, front-end web designers. So doing a lot of this actually reminded me a lot of doing CSS. So CSS is the cascading style sheets for HTML, for making websites. So a lot of the things in the display I/O text and shapes kind of brought me back to that. So for example, you have a background color, you have padding, you have text anchor positions, so you can really do a lot of stylization and formatting for text elements in CircuitPython. So that was really cool to kind of learn and finally get in there and make an interface. So that's a quick little story of that. Yeah. So we have a learn guide that we can walk through, and the cops are hitting it hard today. I don't know if you could hear that. So we just published this learn guide yesterday. So if anyone wants to build their own, you can take a look at the learn guide. All the code and everything is up here. So the overview page just kind of has everything, all the parts listed out. A good handful of parts. You got a circuit diagram that you can reference when you're putting it together, which is nice. So for the CAD, this was a lot of fun to put together. Of course, it was inspired by the USB Keyset, which kind of just had the keys and no potentiometers or rotary encoders. So it was kind of easy to bring that design and just add these components and kind of stylize it a little bit using multicolors, because we can do that now with our 3D printer. So I do have two different versions of the cover, a single color version and a multicolor version. If folks want to use one or the other, they're free to do so. And it snap fits, so you can easily kind of get into the components if you ever need to. So I have 3MF files, which are oriented to print as is with no support material, but I also have a step file in the original Fusion 360 file. So if folks want to go in there and make major modifications or add more keys or more potentiometers, you can kind of do that, because all the sketches and the timeline is all there for you to have at it. It is going to need a minimum build volume of this right here listed out. So depending on your 3D printer, it may or may not fit, but I think for most 3D printers it'll fit, which is nice. The only challenging thing I think for 3D printing is this cover part, because it's such a thin part. I recommend adding a brim. So whenever you have a part that has a very thin surface area on the bed, you always want to add a brim, not a skirt, a brim, so that it, adds more material and it adheres better to the bed. The multicolor part is created in Bamboo Studio, which is an Orca-based slicer. So it should have all of the colors kind of already assigned, but you're able to go in there and change it. If you have a multi-color capable 3D printer, you can change whatever color you want, which is kind of cool. You should be also able to do like a hot color or a hot swap of the filament. If you want to pause it, if you want to pause your printer and change out your filament, you can do that, because I kind of remade this covered part so that it doesn't have like intricate color changes. You can see that my build is a little different, but yeah, I thought I did this because it saves like 10 hours of 3D printing.
Yeah.
And it's just a stylistic thing anyway. The thing I'm talking about here, let me show you visually. I talked about this last week, but the way this color here transitions into this white and then back into the color, like it takes 20 hours to print. So if this color kind of blends all the way through, you can save like 10 hours of printing. I mean, it looks cool, but I'd rather have folks not waste material and just not waste time and just being able to print it. So that's cool. So that's a little bit of the 3D print stuff. All right. And of course, I have links to all of the components, the 3D models of the components. In this case, it's the KB2040. We also have a 3D model of the Adafruit 1.3 OLED display, which I've used in quite a few projects now, which is really nice. So our GitHub repo gets stuff, once a week, I think. And you can search and star and follow the GitHub repo to get notified when new parts are added. You can always request a part 2 in the issues tab, which I will get to. But yeah, check that out. Let me add a link to that. Oh, you already did, Pedro. Thank you. Excellent. So that's the CAD page. The next page is, installing CircuitPython onto your KB2040. So we have a nice mirrored page that walks you through installing the UF2 firmware for having CircuitPython run on your KB2040. Shout out to Liz Clark for putting together the code walkthrough. So you can use the download project bundle to get all of the libraries and the bitmap for the interface. So you can just drag and drop the library folder and all the assets and the code. So when putting this together, I learned how to use a dictionary to store various kind of data for our project here. So in this case, I have a couple dictionaries here. One for the rectangle highlights with their positions and their dimensions, their XY position and their XY dimensions. So that was cool. I haven't really structured a dictionary before in CircuitPython, so that was really cool to do. We have one for the MIDI notes right here. the potentiometers, and then a lot of labels for all the different text labels and stuff. So check it out. If you want to make something similar, you can kind of crib this code and kind of make it do whatever you want. Yeah. What I really like is the MIDI notes here are actually named. So the array here has all the MIDI notes that are tied in with the right MIDI number, because it's not like it is 1-to-1, which is nice. Cool. So check that out. Very, very nice. The wiring, of course, walks you through all the wiring stuff, all the different wiring lengths and order of wiring everything together. Quite a bit of wires, but it's your kind of classic wiring of potentiometers, road encoder switches to a microcontroller. Use a lot of heat shrink tubing. That's my tip. And for the assembly, just a couple screws. I think it's only like 6 screws or so. You got a couple for the OLED display, and the potentiometers are just panel mounted. So is the rotary encoder. So fairly simple assembly. I got a nice little snap fit holder for the KB2040, which I've used before. This is a nice way to kind of get a little mounting plate for the PCB. It doesn't have any mounting holes, so we do this kind of thing where you have these little corner clips, and the mount is flexible enough, is thin enough to flex, so that you can kind of get these clips to kind of grab onto the corner of the PCB, but still have clearance for soldering wires too. So I'm really happy with this thing. If it becomes popular, we might stock it too as a SLA print, because we've done this with the Cutie Pie, and it works. This method of mounting works really good for PCBs that don't have mounting holes. So that's cool. Yep. So yeah, the keys are all 3D printed without any supports. There's a little dowel that slides through the little hinge that's built into the keys, and these are pretty much the exact same keys and dowel pin that I used in the USB Keyset. So that was nice. I didn't have to reprint those. I just kind of repurposed them, which is nice. So they fit into this little hinge rest that has enough offset clearance to allow the keys to flex. And then the key plate has the CHOC Key Switches that are just press fitted in. There's some sockets in there, so you can swap out the keys if you ever need to. So that's nice. And the cover just kind of snap fits into the base. There's these little nubbins that are built into the side tabs on the base, and the cover just kind of snap fits into it. And yeah, that's pretty much the guide in a nutshell. I also thought we'd put together a usage page that just kind of talks about, connecting to a MIDI controller. I mean, connecting to a device like your computer or your mobile tablet, mobile phone, and, using the user interface.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. MIDI controllers have a special place in my heart, because it's kind of how I got into DIY electronics, starting off with the Makey back in 2012. And when that came out, I was like, oh, cool, I can create my own MIDI controller. And I was pretty deep into MIDI controllers back then, and the idea of creating your own MIDI controller was super cool. So I think this is like a full circle event where not only am I creating just buttons, also creating a user interface. Because previously, before we did Adafruit, we were doing iOS development and creating interfaces for the phone, and then the tablet was really cool, but never really, coded it. We were more like on the front end yet again. So it's cool to kind of get into the nitty gritty of coding stuff in CircuitPython for your own project.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yay.
Got a couple of affirmation type comments. Very well done. Professor Galway is going to build one soon.
Sweet. Yeah, definitely. We have a really nice guide from Liz Clark, which I always reference. Let me switch over here. Definitely check this out. This is kind of how I started this project. Go type in MIDI for makers, and Liz has everything you need to build not just a MIDI controller that changes MIDI notes and MIDI CC stuff, but also controlling servos and solenoids and even Bluetooth. Lots of fun stuff here. So I always come in. So I was able to come in here and crib, like how do I get a potentiometer to do modulation, and how do I get MIDI on and MIDI off notes using the basic MIDI keyboard, which shows you how to wire it up, and just some simple on-off code for the MIDI notes, and even how to display MIDI messages on a display, the very same display I used in this project. So this is a great jumping off point to kind of kludge together stuff. Also had an interface with UART. So if you wanted to control like a vintage MIDI synthesizer or something, you can do that too. Yeah, lots of different fun stuff you can do with the CircuitPython MIDI libraries. Yeah, I like just standard buttons, but of course you could use sensors and stuff. So if you want to do like a time of flight sensor to change MIDI velocity, that could be a fun one. You could do accelerometer based stuff. So you want to have like a D20 that plays different MIDI notes. You could do that as well. There's so many cool things you could do that with MIDI that you can interface with sensors. So we're just barely scratching the surface here with this project. But yeah, definitely check that out. I'll add a link to this guide in the Discord because I always reference it when I want to do a new MIDI controller. All right. Any other questions?
Comments in the Discord. So nice saying lever and invert keys, really clever. And then a question over from Carter asking the multicolor printer we're using.
Yeah, sure. First, I'll go back to that, but I want to talk about the inverted color thing. Yeah, I really like this, this, I don't know what to call it. I guess this notion of having a kind of stroke that highlights a list item and then using a rotary encoder to, change to scroll to a different item. It's reminiscent to the iPod, of yesteryear, and probably other interfaces. And then the idea of doing a long press to highlight that by inverting the background and highlighting it with like a full color, and then inverting the text color to be black on white. That helps visually let you know that you are in edit mode and you are changing things as you rotate. And then doing the same thing, holding, doing a long press to exit out, and then kind of using a short press to exit back to the main menu. So the idea of having two different pages, I think works really well here. So yeah, that was really cool. And then Carter's question what was Carter's question? Sorry.
Oh, the printer we're using.
Oh, the printer we're using. Yeah. Yeah, we're using the Bamboo Labs Carbon one X1C, which is X1 Carbon. Yeah, that's our 3D printer. Yeah, with an AMS unit, which does the 4 colors, and you can chain them to do unlimited colors. So that's our 3D printer. Yep. Cool. And don't forget, folks, if you want to pick up any of the parts to build your own MIDI controller or whatever project, you can use our coupon code SNAKEBITE to get 15% off your order. We appreciate everybody ordering stuff, especially today on CircuitPython Day. Hold on. Yeah, I need to make like a soundboard with like classic sounds, like and all that stuff.
DJ sounds.
Yeah, classic DJ radio kind of soundboard things. Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Neat. Yes, Carter, great comment. He's saying impressed how well and clean the print looks. Yeah, we continue to be blown away with the quality of the Carbon X1C Bamboo Labs printer. Yeah, it's amazing how high quality the prints come out, and it's consistently really good. Leveling the bed is a thing of the past. Like, we never have to level the bed anymore. And it's really, really fast too. At least with single color parts, it's really fast.
Beyond that, the UX of it, you get notifications on your phone when there's a new update to the software or the firmware. The mobile app, you can set up a print right there or browse prints to set up. It's all in one, all encompassing. It's
really nice. Yeah.
So cool.
Yep. And Brent, who's on the Adafruit.io team, he has the smaller one. I think he got it on sale for like $250 or $300. The A1 Bamboo Labs. Another good printer. A little bit smaller.
They had another sale for the AMS for the A1.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, they have their own AMS too, so you can do multicolor on the nice low end printer, but still very high quality.
I see I'm typing up in the Slack. Yep. Yeah, check it out. I think that sale might still be going on for the AMS.
Yeah. Yep. And it'll ensure, if you get yourself a Bamboo, it'll ensure that the tolerances fit. But we also had Amberella print out our Fruit Jam case on her Prusa. I think it's a Prusa 4S, and it was spot on as well. I guess because the Prusa slicer is also based off the Orca slicer, and they have like the same kind of slicing engine, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, another good choice. Yeah, I actually have these fruit. Now that we're showing off the Fruit Jam case, I did put an order in last week, or maybe a week or two ago, for SLA prints, so that we can stock those in the Adafruit shop for a Fruit Jam case, and they'll be coming Monday. So wish I had them today, but I'll show theirs when we're back. Yeah. Cool. All right. Are we ready to?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for.
No. We have two more segments. We have a time lapse, and then I have a few community makes that I have in the list here. So let's start off with the time lapse.
All right, this week's time lapse Tuesday for community makes. Not a snake. I should have planned this better. I should have had a 3D-printed snake to match the theme of the day, but it matches the Halloween season we're entering into. This is a very cool dual color. It's like a soul flower featuring a little flower with a couple of skulls. Super intricate. This is printed at 0.16 millimeters, or the layer height. And it's very fine detailed. Looks so cool. I'm using the white. Looks blue here, but it's actually white when you remove the UV blue light from there that I'm using to shine and emphasize the glowingness of it. Has a nice little white cast, glow in the dark. And then I'm using it's supposed to be like a translucent color, light colors through, like purplish translucent color. That's what it looks like.
It's great.
It's so fine detail. Super cool. Way to start up setting your decor for Halloween. Notice that the Spirit Halloween started opening up all their stores, so we got to make it over there.
Oh yeah.
You know what they got for like they usually have like this big display for their theme for this year is the Squid Game's little doll that turns her head. to do the what's the game called that they play on there? The
I think it's like red light, green light.
yes, that's what it is, and it has like the audio going through there.
Oh,
Super
that's
cool. This looks like something that you would see on one of the shelves at any of the decor for the season. You can see here I used the tree supports, and that removed very well.
Mm-hmm.
And super intricate. The color separation was already applied to the 3MF, but when I was doing a quick check, it wasn't as finely separated as I'd like. So I did go in there and actually add more fine tuning using the brush tool to make sure that the white was like when how you were saying that the time increases by how the colors does the color change. It's a good idea to always check on somebody else's work as well to make sure that you're optimizing how many swaps the color is going. So that's what I did there to make sure. I got a cough. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of really handy tools that are built into the bamboo slicer that make it easy to assign colors and make text as well. You can do mirroring and I think some sort of mesh cleanup too in the bamboo slicer. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, really intuitive.
From, go figure, go. Oh, add those magnetic on-off LEDs in the skulls. That is a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Still have
those.
I
think you can do like all within the bamboo slicer. You can kind of create voids for models. So if you want to do something, or use Tinkercad or something if you wanted to bring an STL or 3MF in and add like little holes for LEDs. Yeah, you can totally do that. Yep,
is a good idea. I should have did that.
I think one year we did like a whole month of Halloween where you added motors and LEDs to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should try to do that. Let me try to show off the
the glow in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping that it would allow the light to go all the way through, but you can kind of see it. It kind of does.
Yeah.
The little product page for this type of color, it was showing that they were making like little light boxes out of it. You can kind of see it kind of does go all the way through. Yeah, it is a translucent rainbow type purple to like a lighter purple color. Super cool.
Sweet. Got a comment here from John Gallagher. We have 4 bamboo carbon X1s in the lab, and they're fantastic for anyone running a makerspace. The notifications are great. They're dead simple to use. We also have the multicolor feed at the top. Very nice. Also said, we also have 20 of the cheaper Prusa Mini like bamboo A1s. Oh, I was talking about those. Those are great if you're in a budget. Highly recommend. Wish I had everyone's level of lab skills, but your work is helping us skill up. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it's great.
On the point of the notification, like if there was I like how it alerts you when it needs like the rods need to be lubed up or
spaghetti detection is really nice.
Spaghetti detection. What's the other one? Oh, the LiDAR sensor. When it gets dirty, it alerts you to go clean it.
Oh, I haven't had that one yet.
Lots of maintenance alerts.
The built-in webcam is great.
Yeah, you can access it
time lapses.
You pause the print, like when you're out to dinner or whatever, and something happens, you can get the alert, like the purge bucket when it's too full, and it'll tell you to clean it out.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's
okay. Before I forget, let me switch over. If I can manage my tabs here. Almost. Nope, not yet. I'm almost there, folks. Here we go. So the model is free to download. It's on Maker World, which is Bamboo Labs' repository site for all their 3D models. So this was put up by Oren Bain on Maker World. So shout out to them for putting up their model for free. Really nice photo here of it. And let's see if there's any makes and stuff. Yeah, there's quite a few makes from folks. Oh, maybe one. Okay. Very cool. Ooh.
Should upload a make.
Like wood type tan and gray.
Oh, wow.
Looks nice. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, check it out if you are into a flower with skulls. Very
Oh, taking a
pretty.
look at that. Another point to make on checking up on other people's work. It did have the color trying to swap an additional time for the base. And I was like, oh,
Oh, I
why would
see
it need
that
to
there.
switch
Yeah.
another time? So I removed that.
Yeah. Yeah,
I really
that's
love
a good way
the
to save it.
ability to have that 3MF file have all that color information so you can go ahead and change it up.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. I'll put a link here for folks if they want a soul flower. Cool.
Yeah, cool.
All right, let's move on to community makes. These are makes that were sent to us. Starting off with a make of the micro USB dock. It's posted by the Suited Engineer on printables.com. And their comment is exactly what I've been looking for. Now I have an easy way to remember to charge my Pavlok when I get up in the morning without fiddling with a bunch of cables. Yeah, it's just a little 3D printed enclosure for a set of USB adapter. Oh, it looks like it's a USB-C adapter on one end and the micro USB on the top there. So you can kind of dock your thing. Our whole thing was like for showing off like the Pico and Circuit Playground Express on a nice little dock. Yeah, so nice. Okay, let's see. Next up, after that, pull up a new tab. We have a little prop here. It's the Bowsette LED crown, and this was posted by Crystal, also on printables.com.
Oh, yeah.
It says, I used button batteries instead of the Gemma board, but looks really cool. Yeah, so this is I think we printed a Ninja Flex or some sort of TPU. And then did some, this looks really cool. So
avoids having to have all those wires going on in the inside.
Yeah. It's just coin cells and a little, I don't know if it's printed, might be injection molded. The little coin cell holder and the LED bit at the bottom there.
I've posted on the blog several little coin holders like that. So it might be one of those.
Yeah. It's very, I like that. No wire.
They don't have this. We were chatting about taking it to Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And I am surprised that they do not sell this.
No Bowsette crown.
Shop. Yeah.
Is it not Canon?
No LEDs at all.
Is it not Canon?
No, they don't. So they don't have any LED props in there.
Right. Shout out to Crystal then for posting up their make of the Bowsette LED.
They don't have the what's his name? Cappy with the eyes.
Happy with the eyes. That was a fun one. All right, and then the last one I got this week, new tab, paste, is the Epcot Spaceship Earth. This was posted up by Shino Puppy on, of course, printables.com. And they say printed at 75%-ish to scale it to the other models I've been collecting. And I modified it in the slicer to eliminate the center column as it will not be lit. Printed in Elgu's Silk PLA on a 0.12 fine. And this is really nice looking, actually.
Got towered hair there.
Yeah, and then the Cinderella's castle.
Nice.
That's really nice. Yeah. This continues to be one of the most popular projects, the Epcot spaceship. It's great at the WLED project. Yeah, really nice. I think I got maybe one more.
Gothic look with the dragon in the background there.
Yeah, for sure.
Guessing that's Maleficent, maybe.
Maybe.
Is that Dragon Lair? I see the dude there.
Yeah. Cool.
That's a way to keep it in memory as what are they doing? They're doing the refurbishment a couple days.
All right. I guess that's all the stuff we have for this week's show. Don't forget, we have a 15% off coupon special for CircuitPython Day, Snake Bite. Enter that at checkout to get 15% off. Good for the next 24 hours. Also, don't forget, we got a whole day of content and live streams scheduled. So next up at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, we have CircuitPython Core Dev Chat with Dan and Scott. We're talking about CircuitPython 10 And what's all the fuss about?
Exciting.
Yeah. I think this is our 5th CircuitPython day.
I've lost
6th.
count.
6th. Very snaky. 6th. 6th edition. Let me check in on Discord before I leave you with something. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I don't see anyone have any questions or anything.
I think that is it.
I think that's it. Great, because I'm falling apart.
I need more coffee.
I need more coffee too. All right. Well, in just 20-ish minutes, we got another live stream coming up. Again, check out the Adafruit blog if you want the full schedule. And I think that's going to do it. Quick programming note. Me and Pedro will be off for the next 2 weeks, and we'll be back on the first week of September. So that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you in September. Yeah. All right. Bye, folks. Snake away.